Okay, we're going to get started in just a moment. I'm going to type in the chat box. If you can hear me in the chat box, type 777. If you can hear me in the chat box, type 777. Okay, excellent. All right, we'll just give it a couple minutes to see if anyone else jumps on. Okay, I always start on time, so I give people 1 or 2 minutes to jump on after. But since it's 7:01, we're going to get started. If they come on after, then they'll catch up where they are, as everyone's time is very valuable, and I like to respect that. So my name is Nicole Michelle. I'm going to be hosting a webinar today of the ABCs of Trading for Beginners, a free online class. The reason that I created this program and did so many Zooms for this week is because as a new trader, when I came in 7 months ago, I was struggling a bit. There was so much information, so many educators, and whether you're on the educational platform already or thinking about joining, this can happen to anyone. So I really wanted to simplify it in a very basic elementary fashion so you have the opportunity to understand it in a way that is just very simplistic. So first we'll just mention there is a disclaimer, past profits don't equal future results. There is risk in trading. And then a little bit about myself. So I joined 7 months ago and I'm now a platinum leader. And on the top left-hand corner, I'm doing live presentations teaching the basics on the harmonic scanner. I've had a lot of success on the harmonic scanner, so that's why that is my personal favorite product. There are great products within the platform, but this is the one that I focus on the most because I feel everyone has the opportunity to equally learn from this particular tool. So some additional pictures, me in Miami for the winter. This opportunity has allowed me to leave my 9-to-5. It has allowed me to now become a digital nomad. So I spend time living wherever I want to live. So this winter I was in Miami, and I went on to Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and then Atlanta, Georgia, and now I'm in North Carolina. So the other pictures are me training the team members like Tiara to the top right, who is a phenomenal trader. She uses the harmonic scanner, a couple other apps as well. And then on our bottom with our leadership team, Alex Morton, who heads our field operations. I went to a Women Who Win Worldwide conference there on the bottom middle. And that was just a conference where we were able to connect with other women who are traders and a lot of support. So there's a lot of support and mentorship in the company. So if you're brand new or you've been on for a while, you will find that the support is fantastic. So you do want to tap into the leadership calls and that sort of thing. And then my motto for life is my goal is to build a life I don't need a vacation from. And I would hope everyone can do the same, right? Because financial freedom equals time freedom, equals location freedom. So I wish that for everyone. Okay, so here is an overview of what we're going to be discussing today. I would suggest that you take notes. So definitely have a pen and paper handy before we jump into the material, because you want to make sure that you don't miss anything, because I'm going to share a strategy with you that has been working phenomenally that anyone can copy, no matter what level you are. Okay, so what we're going to discuss today is what is Forex trading? How do we profit in Forex trading, which is what most of you want to know. How do you make a profit in this industry? What 3 basic things must we know to trade? So there are many things you need to know to trade, but we're going to cover the 3 most important basic things. How do we choose the direction of the trade? Right? There's only 2 ways the trade can go: buy or sell. Buy, the price is going up; sell, the price is going down. How do you know which direction to choose? So we're going to talk about that. What methods and tools can we use to increase our win rate? The overview of the harmonic scanner. Then we're going to jump into the live market. We're going to take a look right now and see what's there in the live market analysis so you can see how I analyze trades. Now it is nighttime, so it's going to be different sessions, have the primary pairs, but we will see what's there for us to look at. So, and then we're going to talk about my simple 3x fire strategy with examples. The simple 3x strategy is the one that you are able to use to catch pips with a much higher certainty, okay, because of the fact that it's very, very simple. Like anyone can learn how to do this particular strategy. And then we're going to go over a full overview of what's included in our online platform, online educational platform, then discuss the next steps if you're not on the platform and would like to join. And then the 7 keys to becoming a successful trader. This is something everyone on the call needs to know. What are the 7 keys to becoming a successful trader? So that's our agenda. We're going to go ahead and get started right now. All right, so number 1, what is Forex trading? Forex trading is simply the trading of money. That's it. It's currency, right? So currency is money. Money from around the world. So Forex stands for foreign currency exchange, or the Forex exchange. Forex is traded in pairs. It must be traded with 2 currencies. So for example, you have USD, JPY, Great Britain pound, Japanese yen, GBP, JPY. You have to trade in pairs. You cannot just trade the Great Britain pound. There's nothing to trade it against, right? You have to have a counter currency. So it must be traded in pairs. Okay, so what is Forex? How does it work? So it is a $5.3 trillion per day market. That means you get your chance to get a piece of the $5.3 trillion that moves per day. That gives everyone plenty of opportunity to profit in this market if they use the strategies and the tools that are provided on the platform. So it does operate 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, starts Sunday at 5 p.m. and goes to Friday at 5 p.m. This is all digital, so you do not have to have physical cash. Now, what everybody wants to know is, how do we profit in the Forex market? So here are the steps to getting your live account going. No matter what stage you're in, you might have just joined, you might have been in a couple of months, or you might be thinking about joining and not on the platform yet. Whichever situation you're in, this applies to you. If you haven't joined yet, you should be trading in your demo account within 10 days of joining. Okay, and at the same time, starting your brokerage account. So how this works is we deposit our money in a brokerage account. You can start with as little as $10. So you can start with $10, okay? You place the trades. When you win the trade, you're able to transfer the money from the broker back to your own bank account. If you lose a trade, the amount is deducted from your brokerage account. Okay, so that's how you actually profit. You place a trade. When you win the trade, it goes into your brokerage account. Then you can transfer from your brokerage back to your bank. All right, now, the management of trading is really how well you manage any losses you may have, right? Everybody can win. Everybody's excited about winning. Super easy to do that, be very excited. But when you have a loss, how are you controlling the loss? You want to control it with what we call risk management. We teach this on the educational platform, but what it is simply is, if I'm going to risk $5, meaning if I lose the trade, I might lose $5, but I'm planning to win $25. That's 5 times more on your win rate, right? So you don't want to be risking $30 to win $20. That's not good risk management. You want to risk $5 to win $25. So we teach you how to do that. Now, the profit itself is based on the number of pips acquired. So if you're brand new to trading, you have no idea what a pip is, think of a pip as points. Points like if you were to go to GNC or a vitamin shop and you spend $100 on products, they give you 100 points to use towards additional things in the future. the same thing here. If you acquire 100 points or 100 pips on a trade, meaning 100 pips went in your favor, and you attributed a value of $1, you'd get a profit of $100. Now, say two people are trading the same exact pair, get the same exact number of pips. They get 100 pips, right? Pips are points. Yet they have two different values. How can that be? It is their value they attribute to the trade, which is called their lot size. So the lot size is how you pick the dollar value. So one person can say, I'm going to trade with $1. The other person can say, I'm going to trade with $10. So two people are taking exact the same trades. One comes out with 100, one comes out with $1,000 when the trade closes. Okay, so the three basic things we must know in order to trade. If you're brand new to trading, this might sound confusing, but it gets much easier with practice and study. So number one are candlesticks. We actually have a candlestick Bible, which is very comprehensive, that goes into the types of candlesticks, the size of candlesticks, if they're strong, if they're weak, etc. But for purposes of keeping this very ABC level, we're going to explain how the harmonic scanner works in reference to these candlesticks. So the candlestick itself represents what price has done in a certain period of time. So we have 1 minute candlesticks. If it's a blue candle, in this example, we're using blue for price rising and red for price falling. So the blue candle would have rose during that 1 minute time frame, and that makes it, if it closes at the top, that makes it a bullish candle or a buy candle closing. The red candle closes starting at the top of the body, which is the big square, and then drops to the bottom. That closed in a bearish momentum, and that would be a sell candle, okay? The trend, you're determining the trend. There's only 3 types of trends, but only 2 trends that we trade. So the 2 trends we trade are the uptrend or the downtrend. As a beginner, you want to focus on looking for uptrends and downtrends. What is a sideways trend? We call a sideways trend consolidation, but you can't put in an order for a consolidation trade. It's still going to be either a buy by market trade or a sell by market trade. So knowing that, you do want to determine what is your trend, or are you trading with the trend? You don't want to trade against the trend. Okay, and then the third thing, the third basic thing we must know in trading is analysis. How are you determining where price is going, right? We're not guessing. We're using analysis to determine where price is going to go next. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? So we use 3 types of the market analysis. The first is technical analysis. Technical analysis. I think we got unmuted. Is everyone there? Hold on one second. Just type 77 in the chat if you can hear me. I think someone else came on. Okay. All right. Toby, your microphone, you probably can't hear me, but your microphone is not enabled. Okay, now it's enabled. All right. I think everybody's on. Just in the chat, because it looks like when someone joined and left, we got disconnected there in the chat box. Just type 777 if you can hear me, and then we'll jump right back in. Okay, I see someone did it. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so where we were at trends. So we discussed trends, uptrend, sideways, and downtrend. And we're moving on to analysis. So the 3 types of analysis are technical, fundamental, and sentimental analysis. I'm going to go a little deeper into what those are in a second. So now for the brand new people to trading, you're going to hear some jargon, right? Trading jargon, some terminology that may sound strange to you. You're going to hear the bulls and the bears. You'll say, what are they talking about with these animals, right? The bulls represent the buyers in the market. So if you hear something is bullish, bull trend, it is talking about the buyers. The buyers are stronger in the market. The bears represent the sellers in the market. You have bearish trends, and basically the bears, when the price is going down, that's what you're talking about with sell trade. Let me just check the chat box real quick. Okay, that's 777. All right, perfect. Okay, so the common color code of candlesticks, you can color code them any way you like. And usually when you jump into a demo, initially they're green and white. But the common code of candlesticks that most people use is blue for bullish and red for bearish. The reason for beginners I suggest you do this is because the harmonic scanner is using those same colors and it will create less confusion for you, make it easy for you to understand. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how does trading in pairs work. So sometimes when you're brand new, understanding how the currency pairs are working in conjunction with one another, you have to have two, right? So the first one, let's take US dollar, euro. So USD, EUR. The first currency is the base currency. So that would be the USD. That's the one where we're deciding it's going to go up, price is going to go up, or price is going to go down. Now, it's going to go up or down in reference to the second currency, which is the quote or the counter currency, the euro. So if you're putting in a buy by market order for USD euro, you're saying the US dollar is going to rise in price over the euro. Okay, so step two is you need to choose the direction of your trade. Remember, I said this is the most important thing. Everybody cares about entry, what direction the trade is going to go. Well, how do you know? If you pick the wrong way, obviously that's not going to go in your favor. So you're going to choose the direction of the trade. The direction is the trend, right? You have a bullish trend, which is prices going up, or you have a bearish trend, prices going down. So you have a buy order, that's bullish, or sell, and that's bearish. Okay, so how do we know which direction to choose? Like I mentioned, those three types of analysis are one way. And then in addition, we have our tool called the harmonic scanner. So technical analysis is really just studying past price action. That's where you'll use things like support, resistance lines. You'll get into that gradually as you move forward in your trading career. But in the very beginning, you want to keep it as simple as possible so you can just keep winning trades, right? So technical is something you can develop over time. Fundamental is very simple. It's looking at news and economic events. When I say news, I don't mean watching a news report of, for hours. No, you need to go to forexfactory.com. So I would write that down, forexfactory.com. And you're going to look at the news if there's news coming out on the pairs you want to trade. So for example, there will be a red folder on GBP. It means to be careful trading around 2 hours prior and 2 hours after for that red folder, because it can spike price drastically in one direction or another and stop you out in a trade temporarily and then go right back into the trend. So you want to be careful on those events. So that's forexfactory.com. All right, and then the next one is sentimental analysis. That's feeling based. Oh, I feel this trade is going to go my way, or this trade is not going to go my way. That should not be used as the only method. Yes, instincts are very important, but they need to be paired with technical or fundamental, preferably all three, as you become a more advanced trader. Now, for the brand new people, for newbies, you're brand new to trading, just joined or about to join, you want to know, well, how can I do all this from the very beginning using a tool? Well, that would be the computer-generated pattern indicator, which is our harmonic scanner. So what that does is it detects patterns that are coming up in the trade based on past price action and gives you all the entries, the take profit and the stop loss. So this is what it looks like in case you haven't seen it before. This is the first time you're seeing it. Don't get overwhelmed. Very simple. It has the candlesticks I mentioned, which it has the bullish candles, prices going up. Those are blue. Has the bearish candles, prices going down. Those are red. This happens to be on a 15-minute time frame. And if you look in the very center, right, it says the broker, FX choice, the pair, it's Audi, JPY, that's Australian dollar, Japanese yen, 15-minute time frame, and it's forming a butterfly pattern. Now, what this is telling me is that there's about to be a reversal of the downtrend because the price has been going down for a bit. So when I look at this, I can see that please take notes on this because this is really important when you're brand new. You want to know by looking at it, is it a buy trade or is it a sell trade? It's a very simple method, and I'm going to show it to you in the live market. The first thing you're going to look at is the D mark on the bottom. If the D is on the bottom of the pattern, it's always a buy trade. If the D mark is on the top of a pattern, it's always a sell trade. Very simple. Okay, D on the bottom, buy trade. So you're going to put in buy by market. D on the top, sell trade. You're going to put sell by market on your MetaTrader 4. Okay, so on the right side, you see the entry price. You see the stop loss here, which that protects you. Like I mentioned before, risk management, making sure you're risking a smaller amount than what you're trying to gain. You're risking 5 pips to get 25 pips. That's smart risk management. Okay, and then you have your take profits, TP1, TP2, and TP3. I personally don't take TP3. I take TP1 or TP2 with 2 different strategies because I've noticed a lot of the times it doesn't necessarily hit TP3, so it's a little bit safer because it's a reversal to go with TP1 or TP2 or both. You could put in 2 trades. Okay, so now, like I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and look at the harmonic scanner right now because I want this to be really interactive and live. So here's a pair, Hot Forex GBP. Here's a pair that's come up now. Let's see if there's a fresh pair because I had this up already. So when you go to your IML back office, you click on harmonic scanner, and then you actually download the harmonic scanner to make sure it opens. So we have now Euro NZD in a bat pattern. Okay, you can see that in the middle of the screen. I'm kind of making a circle around it. You have your bullish candles, your bearish candles, and it's created this pattern for you. When the D is on the bottom, it's a buy. So this would be a buy by market order. Now, one thing that's important whenever you see the D mark, and this is part of the strategy, is make sure the wick is touching the D, not the body of the candle. You see this next candle forming, and it's like almost a whole box, right? No real wick. The little wick of the candle is very tiny there. If this base had no wick, if this D candle right here was a full body, meaning the body of the candle was touching the D, you would be very cautious or not taking this trade because it may continue on a downtrend because it's a strong bearish candle. But this was a weak bearish candle, which is a good sign because it's starting to reverse. And now you have a strong bullish candle. So as this strong bullish candle is headed in the direction of TP1, you would want to consider taking this trade. On my simple strategy for brand new people, it actually goes from TP1 to TP2, meaning all the candles headed to TP1 need to be blue, all of them. And if you're right close to TP1 and they're all blue, then you can enter the trade and go from TP1 to TP2, okay? So that's an example of how you would actually do this. This is forming as we speak. So of course those candles haven't popped up yet. But that's the basis of the strategy, is lots of candles headed in the direction in the same color to TP1. Now, different pairs, as you'll learn over time, move at different sessions. So right now in the Asian session, you have more New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, Japanese yen pairs. That's why this New Zealand pair is coming up. There's more activity in this market. I'm going to see if I can find one on GBP, one of the GBP pairs, because they move more pips per session. Okay, so no, this one didn't go that way. All right, let's see what else we have. That was GBP AUD. Let's see. Euro GBP. Okay, so Euro GBP. All right, this one looks pretty good for this strategy. The reason I say GBP pairs is because many pairs, if you look at TP1 to entry to TP1 and then TP1 to TP2, the smaller amount of pips. So right now we're going to do a little pip count test. All right, you could do this with me. You can use a calculator, but I'm generally going to do it in my head because I do this really fast when I'm trading. But this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about with the strategy, the simple strategy, right? Where it already formed at the D mark. The wick is touching the D. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so the wick is touching the D. The body's not touching the D. The wick is touching the D on that red candle. Then we have a blue candle, a blue candle, a blue candle, a blue candle, a blue candle. Very tiny red pullback candle, all blue candles. It's going in our favor. If it continues like this, with maybe just one baby red candle, very small, but the rest are all blue on the way to TP1, at this point you could enter here, TP1, and take it from TP1 to TP2. Now GBP pairs move a lot of pips. So from the entry to TP1 is actually, let's see, from 41 to 54. This goes to the 4th decimal place. So it's 13 pips to the TP1, and then it's an additional 9 pips to TP2, and an additional 63 to 87, 24 pips to TP3. But like I mentioned, I don't go to TP3, so anywhere from, if you came in on the entry to TP2 would be something around 22 pips. But even with the strategy of getting from 54 to 63, even getting those 7 pips, but with such a strong trend showing you that it's been bullish, is gaining momentum, okay, on the 15-minute time frame, the likelihood of it going from 1 to 2 is high. It's very, very high. I've tested it. It works quite well. The second strategy, I'll just tell you simply, you can write that down. The second strategy is based on the optimal entry strategy. So it has a few other things to check, but basically you would be looking that the wick touches the D as well, that these candles start forming in this direction, and go ahead and get in the trade as long as you see on the Bollinger Band that it pierced the Bollinger Band, right? So I don't want to make it too complex. I'm just going to make this part simple, that it pierced the Bollinger Band. So you can add with an indicator the Bollinger Band, make sure it's inside the Bollinger Band, which it already is, and you are getting the trade. Now, it's important to understand your entry is important. So if you're going to do the strategy TP1 to TP2, you're going to change your stop loss. Your stop loss is not the original stop loss. Your stop loss becomes the entry. Okay, that minimizes your risk. You don't want to have a very large stop loss if you're just going from TP1 to TP2. Okay, so now let's just see what else we have here. All right, so that was part of our live scanner analysis, and we'll go back right before the end as well and take a look. Now, this is the actual 3X Fire strategy. So if you want to take a picture of this, I'm going to just pull up the slide. You can take a screenshot of that. All right, like I mentioned, you check the economic news on forexfactory.com first. Do not trade around the pairs that have red folders. Okay, it's just going to save you. It's just going to save you. If it decides to affect the market and then has a huge spike, you'll be wondering where that came from. It's happened to me. That's why I know. So check the news first. Okay, the next thing you're going to look for is, are the candles headed directly to TP1 with little or no pullback candles? What do I mean by pullback candle? Opposite color. So if you're in a buy trade and it's all blue candles like we just saw, and one little red candle, and then it keeps going, blue, 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 it's an excellent trade to take this strategy, okay? Because you had no pullback candles, or you had one tiny red pullback candle. So if yes, take the trade, you're going to go in at market, right? Because you're almost to TP1, just hit market entry. Then your original entry price becomes the stop loss. Don't use the initial stop loss because you're too many pips away from it, because you're already on your way to TP1, and TP2 is your new take profit. Okay, so how do you enter a trade? If you're brand new to trading and you want to know how you enter a trade, you're going to download the app MetaTrader 4 to your smartphone. Okay, it's 2 steps to get started. Once you download the app, that's number 1. Number 2, you'll choose a broker. Now, iMarkets Live is not a broker. You use a broker recommended by your classroom instructor, your mentor, the person who enrolled you. You could take Christopher Terry's broker, who is our CEO. Any of those work. So now, if you look at this phone to the right side of the screen, that's going to be your quotes page. Your quotes are where you're going to choose your pairs. And if you touch the blue plus symbol, you can add additional pairs. When you put your finger over the pair and you touch it, it'll give you the option to trade or look at a chart. So if you want to trade, you can trade right from there. That's just the basics of the harmonic scanner. The basics of MetaTrader 4. Now, there are more videos on how to trade on iPhone and how to trade on Android in the IML Academy back office. All right, and then just for anyone who's not on the platform, here's what's included in our educational program. And if you've just joined, you might want to see this as an overview as well to just understand everything that we have on our program. Okay, so first we include an online school with a video library with on-demand education. So you have all the videos to watch to learn these things that I've mentioned. We have a live training classes, so you can get on with live educators and pick the classroom schedule that works for you. We have live trading rooms with top traders. So you want to watch the 7, 8-figure traders and what they're doing so you can learn. There's also a Telegram signal group. After you've done the basics, you're going to go ahead and sign up for 100K Day, which is our signal group, Telegram signal group, which is going to give you trades that you can take. Now we have a business building group, which is mentorship, right? And then we have a duplicatable system. So if you do want to do the independent business owner style, you can, oh my goodness, sorry, somebody is dinging me here. If you want to do the independent business owner as well, you can use our duplicatable system. And then the tool I mentioned today, the harmonic scanner. Using that computerized algorithm is really going to change your trading game if you use it effectively with the confirmation. We also have weekly mentorship and mindset calls with 7-figure traders and live events every month. Most importantly, I think, is this, a community of traders. So when I go to these live events, I've met other traders and they've shared strategies with me. They've shared indicators with me. It's changed my trading game. It's literally changed it. In addition to what I've learned on the platform, it's important sometimes to get to those live events. So now a quick walkthrough of the back office in case you're brand new and you're not sure where you're looking for things, because I keep mentioning this academy, right? The online education, want to show you what that looks like. So you have Forex basics in English. You can pick other languages. There's multiple languages on the platform, but you start with Forex basics. Once you get through that, you do want to look at technical analysis, because I mentioned that's one very important type of analysis, market geometry, and harmonics mastery. Those are excellent courses to really get you to a good level for trading. Then, of course, we go on to intermediate courses, advanced, and mindset work. All right, so the next steps, if you're not on the platform, but you like what you've heard today, and you're interested in using this tool, the harmonic scanner, to trade at a high level, then you want to do the next few things. And if you're a new trader, if you've just joined, if you're new to the platform, and you want to really become an excellent trader, then you want to do these next steps as well. So first, you want to commit. You want to commit to yourself that you're going to learn this skill set. Whether it takes you 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year, you have to make a commitment to yourself. I really started to understand it fully about 5 months in. However, I was profiting the entire time, not knowing exactly what I was doing, using the harmonic scanner and helpful signals that were coming from the signal group that we provide. So you want to earn. You want to earn while you learn. If you think about anything you go to study, anything new you do, normally you have to get a certificate in that field to certify you to earn money in that field. You want to become a massage therapist. You have to pass a certain amount of hours, get a test, then you can start to earn. You can't earn while you're learning. Here you can. You can earn while you're learning. So I recommend everyone start doing demo trading within 10 days of coming into the academy. Okay, you should be on your demo learning and then eventually going live, even if you're trading with just 10-cent lot sizes, so that you can start to earn something while you're learning. If you are new to the platform and you've invited someone on the call, then you want to send your link to the person who invited you. If you were invited by someone, you want to request the link from the person who invited you. So you're going to choose a package that works for you. You're going to schedule your orientation with your mentor to establish your game plan. And then you would gain immediate access. You can start learning the basics of trading in Forex today on your personal exclusive platform. So now I'm going to go into frequently asked questions before we get into the really top 7 steps of how to become an excellent trader. So frequently asked questions. When is the best time to trade? A lot of new traders ask this. When should I be trading? Well, the market moves much quicker early in the morning, which is London session from 3 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. Eastern, but it can have different times to move well at different sessions, right? So sometimes when I trade at night or late at night, the Japanese pairs are moving in a nice fashion, even though it's not London session. So the best time to trade is going to be based on the pairs you choose, and it's going to be based on your schedule. That has to be a personal decision. So definitely study in the academy the different sessions so you will understand which pairs are moving during which session. Next one is, how many hours do I need to dedicate to learning and trading? I would recommend at least 1 hour a day consistently, even on the weekends, because on the weekends you could be watching videos. When the market opens back up, you can be demo trading and watching videos, watching educators, but 1 hour per day. How do I choose the currencies to trade? As a beginner, I recommend that you go on the harmonic scanner. Using the strategy that I explained, you look for that setup as much as possible and trade those currencies. Later, you'll develop a knack to understand, okay, I want to trade these pairs more for whatever reason, and you can pick 2 or 3 trades, 2 or 3 pairs to focus on. But for now, choose the trades on the harmonic scanner. How do I choose a broker? You would choose a broker based on your mentor or the educators you're following. So they might tell you which brokers to choose. In the online academy, they recommend one. So I went with that recommended broker, and I'm very happy with them. Does iMarkets Live hold your money? No, iMarkets Live does not hold your money. iMarkets Live is the educational platform. iMarkets Live is just going to show you how to trade with these tools I mentioned, okay? Now, how do I get paid from the broker? Like I mentioned, the broker is like another bank account, right? But it's your brokerage account. You can transfer the money from that brokerage account to your bank account. If they're outside of the country, sometimes you use a third party, which is like a Bitcoin provider. So you can transfer from your broker to something like a Coinbase in Bitcoin, and then you transfer from the Coinbase to your bank account. I personally use Pro.Coinbase. I transfer from my broker to Coinbase in Bitcoin, and then from Coinbase to my bank account. The whole process takes 24 hours. So from the time I profit, if I trade today and I make a profit, let's just say I make $300 today, and I put in a request to withdraw in Bitcoin to my broker, by tomorrow, the money's already in my bank account. That's how quick it works. All right. How do I choose the lot size to trade? The lot size is going to be based on your account balance. We recommend 0.01 for every $100. So please write that down. 0.01 for every $100. And the 0.01 represents 10 cents. Okay, so if you have $1,000, you can trade 0.1, which represents $1. And that's using proper risk management. Of course, everyone is going to do things differently. In the very beginning, I highly recommend you use risk management, use stop losses, etc. And as you become more advanced, you can adjust your trading style. Okay, so if this is brand new to you and you have not been exposed to the company before, it is headed by our CEO, Christopher Terry, who is a 9-figure trader. He's been trading over 25 years. So wouldn't you want the expertise of someone who is absolutely amazing as a trader? I would think so. Now, the whole vision for the company was formed by Isis De La Torre, who is our CFO. She had the vision coming from humble beginnings and struggling growing up to succeed. So she went into the financial markets. She actually was one of the first Latina women on the New York Stock Exchange. She got all her licenses, Series 7, 63. And 6 or 7 years ago, she had the vision to start this company, iMarkets Live, to really bring trading to the average person. And I think that was really noble of her, because without her, many of us would have never heard of Forex trading. It's typically been a secret of the wealthy, and they kind of kept it to themselves. So if it wasn't for her, many of us would not know it exists. So I say that to tell you to really take this skill set seriously. It's changing lives. It's changing bank account numbers as well. People are able to change zip codes, move to different neighborhoods, but it's because of her vision that this even exists. Then we have an amazing leadership team in Yvonne Tapia, Alex Morton, and Jason Brown. They head our field operations. So now, as I promised, we're going to go through the 7 keys to becoming a successful trader, and then we're going to take one more look at the live market before we wrap up the call. So 7 keys to becoming a successful trader start with: create and stick to your own trading plan. Your own trading plan. Over time, you're going to determine, am I a scalper? Do I like to get in and out of the market quickly? Do I like to see the money, take the profit, and go? Or am I more patient? Can I let them run days, maybe weeks, maybe a month or two, and let it get into a much bigger figure? Some people have the patience for that. Some people don't. So you're going to need to find out, what is your trading plan? It's also going to include the pairs you want to trade, the hours you want to trade. It's going to include all of those things becoming a successful trader. Okay, so next, you're going to manage your EQ, emotional intelligence. Remember I said handling a loss is what matters more than handling wins, because everybody is excited about a win. There's nothing to handle with a win. Risk management, I cannot stress it enough. I probably said it 4 times already on this call, but risk management is the key. A small $5 loss to a $25 win is going to keep you in the trading game. Because if you win 7 out of 10 trades and the 3 losses that you had were $5, you only lost $15. But you won 7 trades at $25, let's say, right? That's just an example. So you almost made close to $175, but you only lost $15. Doesn't that make logical sense, right? But if you don't set the stop losses and you don't understand the pip count of your stop loss, you're going to end up losing more than you intend. So managing emotional intelligence is key. All right. Next one is commit to 6 months to a year of learning the skill set. Like I mentioned before, it took me about 5 months to really, really understand and get it. It may take you a much shorter time or a much longer time, but at least 6 months to a year to learn the skill set. Then celebrate other success. You're going to see success stories, whether it's on social media, in the Telegram chats, whether it's on the Signal group. Just celebrate other people winning and doing big things with trading, because you will be there as well. So learn from successful traders, right? In the beginning, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want to watch the educators that are on the platform. They know a thing or two. If someone's earned 7 figures trading, they know a thing or two. You know, so I would want to follow and pay attention to them. Then leverage technology to increase your win rate using the harmonic scanner, right? The harmonic scanner is doing the work for you in terms of telling you a reversal is coming. A few additional confirmations can make that a very highly effective tool. We had someone test over 900 trades. Out of 900 trades, 800 trades won. That's really good win rate. Now, mindset is 90% of trading. What do I mean by that? It means that 10% is you figuring out the technical analysis part. Once you understand 3 things, support, resistance, and trend lines, we call them SRTs, support, resistance, trend lines. When you figure out those 3 things, you have the basic foundation for technical analysis. That doesn't take that long to learn. The rest of it is mindset. What do I mean by mindset? Not trading when you are upset, when you are tired, if you just had an argument, if you're not focused, if you're in a rush. You know, you want to be able to sit there and analyze what you're looking at, do your confirmations first before you jump into a market, okay? So 90% is mindset. Now we're going to go ahead and take one more look at the scanner, because I want to make sure that okay, so I wanted to see where this was going. It's moving slowly because of the time of day. It's 7:45 at night. If this was the morning, it probably already would have shot up to TP1 if it was 3 in the morning. But that kind of gives you an idea that it's still going in the right direction, because they're all blue candles. But we're going to see what the newest pair is, so we can see what's coming here. Well, this one is Euro NZD, but this would be a good example of one I would not take, okay? And I'll tell you why I wouldn't take it. So first, the wick does touch the D, right? That is something we look for. The wick does touch the D, so that would be one thing. But the next candle is not going in the direction of our trade. If you recall before, I said if the D is on the bottom of the harmonic scanner, it's a buy trade. So we want the next candle to be blue. We want it to be bullish, headed this way, not closing bearish. Then the third candle is also bearish. So that's telling you it's not going the right way. Now it could reverse, see it's turning blue right there. It could reverse and go there, but you need to see that it's gone enough in that direction headed to TP1. So I wouldn't take this trade as it is right now. I want to go ahead and open it up to any questions because I know there's a lot of information. In the chat box, I'll just type here questions. Make sure that you're typing not privately but publicly because I see some people have hit privately. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? You can type them in the chat box. Any questions about bullish candles, bearish candles, the harmonic scanner, how we're doing this? And if not, I'll just give you one more quick look at the strategy, and then we'll wrap up the call. Okay, so I don't see any questions in the chat box. That's fine. All right, so one more time, taking a look at that strategy. So the strategy is here. Strategy. Okay, so this is the strategy. For anyone who might have missed it, take a screenshot of this, please. You're going to be checking the news on forexfactory.com. Takes 2 minutes or less. Are the candles headed directly to TP1 with little or no pullback candles, meaning opposite direction candles? If it's a buy trade, they're blue candles. So I want to see all blue candles headed to TP1 with either one red candle, very, very small red candle, or no red candles. If yes, as it gets close to TP1, take the trade. Market entry price, original entry price is your stop loss. TP2 is the take profit. Okay, and just so you can see the Forex Factory news, since we're on here, I'll just type that in and you can take a look at what that looks like. Very simple. Like I said, 2 minutes or less. So always check the news. Like this was Wednesday, June 5th. It'll gray out after it's happened already. So here is one red folder, USD. I said not 2 hours before. So any pairs with USD, say I see USD JPY and it is 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm not taking that trade, okay? Because in a couple hours and I might still be in the trade, news is going to hit and it just might spike in a wrong direction. But after 12 o'clock, if I don't see any other red folders, then I'm good to go. So there's only one red folder today. If you click the more button here, you'll see what's happening for tomorrow. So if you're actually trading and you're demo trading tomorrow, Thursday, you want to write down JPY, Euro, and Euro with these times. Those are the red folders. So it's only JPY, Japanese yen, Euro, and Euro. Okay? That's how you check the news. So that pretty much wraps everything up. That gives you an overview of what we've done today. In a quick summary, we have gone over the harmonic scanner, a very simple strategy for you to take trades from TP1 to TP2 that are, if all the candles are forming in that direction of the same exact color, the percentage rate is extremely high. I haven't been able to gauge exactly how high because I haven't lost a trade yet doing this. So right now it's at 100%. But eventually you will lose a trade, so it might be 97%, 94%. But now for 2 weeks straight, it's been 100%. So I can't tell you what the, I can't tell you other than what I'm doing right now. So that's why I'm sharing this with everyone, because it is something that is quite amazing. And when you start doing it and mastering it, you will see that as well. Now, it's not easy to always find those. You have to look for them. You have to be patient and look for them. But when you find them, you need to take them, right? You definitely want to take them. So that's pretty much everything with the presentation. I hope that this brought you a lot of value. And if you are brand new to the platform and you were invited to this call by someone, please reach out to them and tell them that you are excited and you want to join on board and learn the rest so that you can profit in the Forex market too. $5.3 trillion per day market, and we want you all to be profiting as well. Okay, one more question in the chat. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Latasha Allen. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll be doing these 2 more days, 3 times a day. So hope you have a wonderful day. Have a great evening, everyone.